Hi, dear cricket fans. It is very late night here, dear cricket fans, and I can't be speaking with a lot of excitement, but definitely I will try my best to give you as good a report as possible. But I know I won't be able to cover it in full. It will be just a brief summary. It's very late at night at 11 o'clock here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the fourth one day international. As you know, I have already covered 48 overs for Pakistan. As you know, in 48 overs they were 223, but after that, it was absolutely rattling stuff from Abdul Razak. This I'm talking about the fourth one day international between England and Pakistan. Well, the outcome is in favor of Pakistan. Pakistan have once again shown what fighters they are. They actually won this match by 38 runs. Another splendid effort from Umar Gul with his reverse swing bowling once again coming into the equation, having figures of 8.1 overs, no maidens, 4 for 32. Shoaib Akhtar also doing well, getting 3 wickets, and both of them were responsible for England being all out for 227 in the 47th over and thus losing the match by 38 runs. So let us talk about the 38 runs. The 38 runs which made a difference. It was attributed to the man of the match, Abdul Razak. What Abdul Razak did in those 2 overs completely took the match away from England, because they were 223 at one stage in the 48th over when I actually interrupted my broadcast and I couldn't go the whole hog. But after the 2 overs that went, in the 2 overs, Abdul Razak scored 10 boundaries and he was not out on 44. In fact, the Anderson's figures were wrecked: 10 overs, 1 maiden, none for 54. Bresnan, 10 overs, 1 maiden, no maiden, 1 for 62. Their figures are absolutely wrecked. They had economical figures, but it was absolutely wrecked by Abdul Razak, who really tore into them and actually rattled off. You can just imagine 223 after 48 overs, and 42 runs were looted of Bresnan and Anderson by Abdul Razak. What an innings he was! He got the man of the match, not out on 44 of 20 balls with 8 fours and 1 6. And dear cricket fans, now what this has done is this has opened up the series. Pakistan slowly inched forward, and now they have actually leveled the series 2-2. Real credit to them. And now we march on to Southampton, where we call it the Rose Bowl, the fifth one day international, which will be starting on 22nd of September. Well, so just going through the bowling figures here. So as I said, Abdul Razak was not out on 44 of 20 balls, 8 fours and 1 6. And the way he flayed the bowling, he hit strokes on the offside with gay abandon. He used to smack the ball. He was simply unstoppable today. Umar Gul was not out on 5, 265 for 7. And the bowling figures: Swan 10 overs, 4 for 37, has already talked about it. 7 overs for 39 for Yardi, and Collingwood 3 overs for 10 runs. As far as England's story was concerned, well, they had a very good partnership. They had an opening partnership which was worth 113 runs. In fact, after the power play, they had already got 73 on the board after 10 overs, with Strauss actually hitting 3 consecutive boundaries of Shoaib Akhtar. And also Steve Davis also showing the same type of form that he had in the previous one day international, that is the first one day international when he played. He also started showing his range of strokes there, and both of them just put the attack to the sword by actually hitting 113 runs in the 20th over. Well, this was the only very good thing which happened for England. After this opening partnership over, the other batsmen couldn't really cope up with Umar Gul's bowling. And Umar Gul, well, he came in only late and really struck. But before that, once the first wicket to go was Steve Davis, who was actually clean bowled by Saeed Ajmal for 49 of 61 balls with 7 fours. And then Jonathan Trott actually played over a ball from Shahid Afridi into the stumps for 4. Ian Bell was not a success. He potted around 27 of 41 balls, 2 fours, and he was caught by, in fact, before Bell went, it was Strauss who went after making 68 of 72 balls, 8 fours in that effort. He was a victim of Shoaib Akhtar. And then Ian Bell, as I said, potted around for 27, but in the meanwhile, Collingwood, continuing his poor form with the bat, was clean bowled by Umar Gul. He actually played one onto his stumps of the bowling of Umar Gul for 4, and then Ian Morgan and Bell were at the crease. Bell, after pottering around for 27 or 41 balls with 2 fours, was a victim of Saeed Ajmal when he actually tried to drive a ball over covers, and Azhar Ali, the substitute, pouched the catch and he was gone. Michael Lordy chopped onto the stumps of the bowling of Shoaib Akhtar, and when Ian Morgan was there, there was hope because there were 200 and after that, Bresnan also soon followed. Umar Gul was brought into the attack, and Umar Gul immediately struck his reverse swing bowling. As I said, came into the equation. Bresnan was clean bowled by Umar Gul for 1, and Morgan was just left gaping there because Morgan definitely lost all the partners, and Morgan himself decided to go for the stroke, and well, he ended up, and what a fine catch taken by Mohammad Yusuf. Now this has been something very good improvement, I would say. Mohammad Yusuf, for his age, I thought he really ran well and picked up a good catch, and that is something very good to see. Pakistan's fielding really perk up there, and so Morgan was caught Mohammad Yusuf, bowled Shoaib Akhtar 28 of 35 balls with 2 fours, and finally Graham Swan was Graham Swan was also bowled by Umar Gul for 12 of 9 balls with 1 4. Broad was castled by Umar Gul for 2. So as I said, the reverse swing bowling, all the 3 wickets were clean bowled by Umar Gul, and Anderson remained not out on 2. 227 all out England, losing this match by 38 runs, by 38 runs in fact. And well, as I said, it's 2-2 in the natwest series between England and Pakistan. The bowling figures: 10 overs no maiden, 3 for 59 for Shoaib Akhtar. Abdul Razak 7 overs for 42. Umar Gul's 8.1 overs no maiden, 4 for 32 was the best today. Mohammad Hafiz 7 overs for 27. Saeed Ajmal 7 overs to 31. Shahid Afridi 7 overs 1 for 31. So the series is level 2-2, and we march on to Southampton, the Rose Bowl, at the 5th One Day International on September the 22nd. So dear cricket fans, this is as far as this particular match is concerned. Now I'm going to go to the other match, which is the Champions League. I'm going to cover it in brief. Wayamba were absolutely helpless against Victoria, and the only 2 people actually reached double figures in the Wayamba innings, where Mahela Jayawardene and Mahela Jayawardene made 51 of 40 balls, 7 fours and 1 6, and it was Jahan Mubarak who hit 2 sixes of the bowling of John Hastings. He made 44 of 30 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. Well, with the 51 and 44, and that's the one on which the score whole revolved, and Wayamba were all out for 106. In fact, they were looking good when they were 81 for 3 at that stage, but after that it was a total collapse. 8 wickets falling in the space of just 25 runs. It was all over for Wayamba. Wayamba were 106 all out, batting first. Jayawardene, as I said, made 51. Jayawardene played some good strokes, and also Jahan Mubarak, as I said, he hit Hastings for 2 sixes. Well, they were the only ones who could really put up any support. Other than that, everyone. Kulatunga was bowled by Pattinson for duck. Udavate just made and also let us give credit to the Victorian, not only the bowling, the fielding was also absolutely superb. Some fine fielding by Clint McKay, actually seeing the back of Mahela Udavate, who was brought back into the team. He was run out for duck. He thought the ball has gone to the boundary, but McKay actually gathered pace and actually threw down the stumps from the striker's end, and he was gone for naught. And then Pereira was out for 2. Karunanayake was dismissed by McDonald. Pereira, so you have 3 ducks there. Karunanayake duck, Pereira made 2. Karunanayake duck, Pereira duck, Ishuru Udhana duck. That was a good piece of fielding by Hastings with the bowling of Siddle. Herath was bowled by Siddle for 2, and Ajanta Mendis was bowled Danis for 1. Villagadra was not out on naught. It was all 106 all out. A very paltry score put up by Wayamba. And the bowling figures: Nance 2.3 overs no maiden, 1 for 10. Pattinson 3 overs no maiden, 2 for 14. Peter Siddle 4 overs no maiden, 4 for 29. Clint McKay 2 overs for 14. Andrew McDonald 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 22. And John Hastings 1 over for 15 runs for Jan Mubarak really took toll of him. So Wayamba made 106 batting first, and Victoria won this match very easily by 8 wickets. Well, they lost Brad Hodge very early when he was caught by Udana with the bowling of Pereira for 5, and Wade also disappointed, bowled by Isru Udana for 5. That was the only reward that Wayamba had, and it was all over. After that, Aaron Finch He contributed 38 of 36 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. He was more, as you know, Arun Finch has been, if you see his average in this Champions League 2020, it has always been runs better than balls. Even though here, but this was a different Arun Finch who really gave much of the strike to David Hussey, who continued in his rich vein of rich aggression by actually slamming 47 of just 28 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes, and it was all over. 108 for 2 in the 14th over, and the victory was clinched by Victoria. And the bowling figure, Ishru Udana bowled 3 overs 1 for 31, Pereira 2 overs 1 for 13, Ajanta Mendes 3 overs for 10 was the best, 3 overs for 23 for Rangana Herath, 2 overs for 15 for Karna Naike, and Velagadra just bowled 2 balls for 10 runs. So Victoria take 2 points, and the player of the match was Peter Siddle. So dear cricket fans, so these are the 2 matches. I covered the England-Pakistan match as much as possible. So dear cricket fans, sorry I couldn't really, I know you might have not really enjoyed this report which I brought now, but unfortunately it's too late at night and I wouldn't be able to really go the distance. So I've just wrapped it up here, dear cricket fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Tomorrow there would be 2 matches in the Champions League. One would be between Guyana in the Group B versus South Australia at Johannesburg, and another the 18th match would be between Group B again, Lions versus Bangalore at Johannesburg. So there are 2 matches tomorrow, and that's it, dear cricket fans. This is Ram saying good night and signing off for Cricket Happenings. Thank you.